In one battle after another, the character of Colonel Danvers stands out not because he is a dominant personality in the movie, but because his presence adds a chilling layer of realism to the movie's depiction of state power and institutional violence. He isn't flamboyant, he isn't memorable, he isn't charismatic. Instead, he is simply a man doing his job, and that authenticity in this movie brings weight to his scenes. James Jim Raterman, the man portraying Colonel Danvers, is a real-life former Homeland Security Investigations special agent and current security consultant. This experience allows Danvers to become a vessel through which the movie channels the banality and cold proceduralism of bureaucratic enforcement. His performance is remarkable, precisely because it feels less like cinematic dramatization and more like a camera accidentally capturing a man simply doing what he has done for much of his professional life.
I'm Agent Danvers. How are you? Nice to meet you, Bluto. You mind if I have your phone? Go ahead and unlock it for me. I need you to tell me where baby Charlene is. What's her name? Where she lived? I need to know where the Rocket Man lives. You help me, I'll help you. Let me Pat Calhoun. And I'll let you go home. And I'll let you save that little girl. By home, I do mean federal prison for you.
The way that this movie directed the interrogation scenes are especially illustrative of this effect. The movie favors tight close-ups on Danvers's face, allowing us to study his stillness, his disciplined economy of movement, and the way his eyes remain fixated, yet emotionally opaque. These are not the exaggerated facial contortions or inflated displays of authority common in Hollywood depictions of interrogators. Instead, Raterman's visage embodies a sort of institutionalized detachment, an intimidating steadiness shaped by years of procedural practice rather than theatrical flourish. His expressions remain composed, almost routine, betraying neither rage nor sympathy. The result is a portrait of a man who has been trained to remain unflappable, operating within rules and hierarchies that leave little room for overt emotion.
If I was in your shoes, I wouldn't be scared either. I just don't know if your sister would feel that way. Oh, no more jokes? What are their names? Where do they live? Where is he? Save yourself, go to prison. I'll take it to the colonel. You save the girl.
This is where Raterman's real-world background becomes central to his performance. As a former HSI agent, he has first-hand familiarity with interrogation environments, investigative pressure, and the bureaucratic rhythms of federal enforcement. In the movie, the way he asks questions, the way he corrects inconsistencies, the way he maintains control of the conversation, all of it feels practiced rather than performed. He does not project animosity through loud or violent behavior. Instead, the hostility emerges in the impersonal precision of his questioning. Colonel Danvers doesn't need to shout to convey disdain. His voice remains level, but his phrasing and posture make clear that he does not view those across the table as individuals deserving of empathy. He is the voice of a system that sorts people into categories: compliant or non-compliant, truthful or deceptive, valuable or expendable.
DeAndre, you know how many people sit across from me and swear to God they don't know? I'm gonna need that number in the next 10 seconds. Up. Put your hands behind your back.
Have it.
You have it now. I thought you took AP common sense.
This bureaucratic detachment is what makes Danvers so unsettling. He is not the villain who enjoys cruelty, nor the man dealing with repressed sexual urges. He is a dutiful official, a man who does what his job requires without stopping to contemplate the moral implications. This movie uses Raterman to illustrate that dangerous systems thrive not only through ideological extremists like Lockjaw or the Christmas Adventures Club, but through ordinary workers trained to keep the machinery running. Raterman's portrayal of Danvers is the embodiment of that machinery, a cog that neither questions his role nor theatrically embraces it, but performs it with a professionalism that becomes its own kind of menace.
You're still alive, that's a good sign, right? Those are your options. You're in a lose-lose, maybe save your life position.
His grounded realism anchors the movie's portrayal of state violence and lends credibility to the more exaggerated, satirical elements surrounding him. Without ever raising his voice, he communicates an institutional cruelty that feels both authentic and chilling, reminding us that oppressive systems often operate through individuals who insist they are merely following procedure. In entrusting a role like this to a non-professional with direct experience in federal investigations, Paul Thomas Anderson created a character whose power lies not in theatrics, but in authenticity. James Raterman's portrayal of Colonel Danvers is effective precisely because it feels less like acting and more like muscle memory. His performance becomes a sober reflection of what a real interrogator, shaped by training, duty, and detachment, might look like when the camera lingers on him long enough for the audience to study the contours of his practiced indifference.